What's up guys? In this video we're going to talk about how to play fearless poker. Now I'm sure you all have experiences where you showed up for a poker session and you just played awesome. You had no worries, no self-doubt, you were making all your plays with confidence and it felt like such an easy game. You were this fearless warrior and you were just cruising through your poker grinds and performing at a really high level. I just had a conversation a week ago with a player who was telling me that this exact experience happened for him. He felt completely fearless and in the zone and everything was going great. And we started to unpack why he felt so fearless in this session and why it allowed him to play good poker. And I want to share that with you guys today because I think it's going to be super powerful to think about this concept and how you can start to build a more fearless mentality when you're playing poker. So first of all, why aren't we fearless all the time? Why do we have fears? Why is the mind so insecure when we're playing poker? All right, first of all, it's because we lack confidence. We lack confidence that we have the ability to make things work, our ability to beat the games. We lack confidence that we're going to get results in the short term and long term. And yeah, we doubt our abilities in simple terms. And because we fear stuff, we fear that things might go the way we don't want to, so we might lose money, or we might underperform and not get the results and achieve our goals long term. So when we're trying to become fearless, the first thing we need to instill is confidence. We need to be confident in ourselves, confident that our abilities are good enough to beat the games in front of us. When I was talking to the player who was having this fearless period of his poker career, he said one of the things he feels is that he's one of the best players in his player pool. He feels like he's one of the best players. So he's got this confidence going in. And you'll find with most of the high stakes guys who are very successful, they will have this innate confidence. And it's not like a delusional confidence, it's literally a built confidence that I am one of the best players and I trust myself to play good poker. Alright, which brings us to the next attribute, which I'll just give a little spoiler. The next attribute that you need to be fearless is trust. Alright, so confidence and trust kind of go almost like glued together, but you need to trust in your ability to make decisions, to make good decisions under pressure, to make good decisions even when you don't 100% know how to play a spot. Let's say you're in a situation and your opponent does something weird and you're in a situation you haven't studied the spot. Do you trust in your ability to solve that problem on the fly, to make a decision that's going to be good or at least not make an error in that moment? Alright, so you've got to build confidence, you've got to trust in your abilities to show up, even though you know you're going to make mistakes. Alright, then another attribute that he said, like referred to me, was he was having fun playing and his mind was very curious. Alright, fun and curious. Alright, so if you're having a good time and you're trying to think about solving problems, what your opponent has, all of a sudden there's no fear. There's no fear when you're curious. There's no fear when you're having fun because you're playing a game which is enjoyable, right? Which takes away all the performance pressure. Very often we're fearful because we're judging the outcomes. We're like, I really want to win. I don't want to lose. We've got this almost like tension in our systems. And of course, there's going to be fear that you could lose because you're going to lose pretty often. However, when you're having fun, being curious, you're just playing a game, all right? And you can be in this state of mind where things become a lot more effortless. Alright, now this is a concept which I teach my poker athletes, which is called the performance mindset. Alright, I've done other videos. If you guys look through my YouTube channel, you'll see we talk about this concept, but it's about basically trusting yourself. It's having this very empty, clear mind, and it's having fun and being curious and enjoying playing poker. The more you can train yourself to be in that mindset, the more fearless you'll become. Now, how do we do that in a practical way? First of all, the mind has a very good bullshit filter. Alright, if you try and convince yourself that you're an amazing player, that you're going to play great poker, but you haven't put the work in and you don't actually believe your own hype, you're going to go into a session and very quickly your confidence disappears like that. Alright, imagine you've got a moderate win rate at 100 NL and you start playing some 500 NL games and you start telling yourself, I'm going to be super confident, I'm going to trust my players, I'm going to beat everyone, I'm going to have fun there. And then you start playing and you're playing against players that you subconsciously think are equal to you or probably quite a lot better than you. Now they put you in some tough spots. Talk me about your confidence. Tell me how much you trust your players. You can't, because you can't trick yourself into being confident. You've got to earn it. All right. So the player who was going through this fearless period, when he was talking to me, he said he's put the work into his game. So he's been studying consistently for the last 3 to 6 months, and he feels like he literally is one of the better players in his game because he's proven to himself in the way he's shown up. All right. He's gone for my Poker Athlete program. He's really built a strong mindset, but he's also every day reinforcing how he's showing up. How he's showing up on a daily basis. All right, so with confidence and trust, we need to earn that in ourselves. We need to create almost like a contract with ourselves where we're constantly doing the things that build confidence. For most players, that is having good routines around your grind. It's having good performance habits that allow you to show up in the best way. It's about having a regular study pattern, so you're learning and improving. And it's about being present, mindful, there in the games whilst you're playing. So we've got to do things that build this confidence, that build our trust. Well, trust is like a contract that we have with ourselves. All right, so we've got to build that over time. But if you can do that, if you can over time start developing that, and you want to get to the point where you feel like you deserve to be one of the best players in your game, not because you have some entitlement issues, it's because you're showing up every day after day, day after day. Once you get to that point, then you can let go. Then you can just go, all right, let's have fun today. Let's trust my abilities. Let's have fun. Let's be curious when I'm playing. And all of a sudden, when you're in that, when you can stay in that zone, you're fearless. You're fearless. And the challenge to that is what I call the inverse mindset, which is the training mindset. When you don't trust yourself, when you have fear, the mind gets very active. It starts to judge. It starts to criticize. It starts to try to overthink stuff. And then you're in this trainer mindset. All right, so you've got to spot when you've drifted into that trainer mindset. That means you've lost trust, you've lost confidence. You've got to train yourself to get back. That's a whole new other video, which I might do another time. Becoming fearless means confidence, trust, building that in yourself. And if you're currently lacking, you're having fear and you're lacking the ability to be fearless, start working on what you need to do to prove to yourself you're going to be one of the best players in your player pool. What can you be doing on a daily basis and commit to that? Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you're going to love the PDF I put in the description below, and it's the 8 skills you need for elite poker performance. This skill today is skill number 6, which is presence, where I go deep into the performance mindset, which we've talked about today, and how to cultivate it and train it so you can play your best poker. So you want to go a bit further than today's video, download that, I'll send it to your inbox and you can go deep into that. Alright guys, thanks for watching today's video. There'll be plenty more coming from me very soon.